Hey guys, Captain here. Today I'm bringing you another Lego Pick-a-Brick container opening, and this one actually I purchased a while ago, but I did not open it because while I was at school I really couldn't use it, and I wanted to film a video about it. I just didn't get the opportunity before. So it's a big container. I don't purchase the big one very often, but there were several pieces I really wanted, so I decided to go for it. Pretty much whenever my Pick-a-Brick wall has good pieces on it, I just grab a bunch of them, and I don't know, I might use them at some point in the future. It's pretty layered with what I got. At the top, a bunch of dark red 1x2 bricks. In fact, I want to set aside 11 of these. I've been trying to rebuild the Roby house by brick-a-linking it, and I need 11 1x2 dark red bricks. So there's 8, and there's 3 more. Cool. And I think I've got a couple orange studs just used to fill airspace in here. I do that whenever I have airspace. I just take a bunch of orange studs and put them in there. And there's more in the container. Now I do have a bunch of jumper plates and tiles, and I kind of regretted not even getting more tiles, but or maybe they're fairly layered. I may have gotten more tiles than I realized. A bunch of these 6x10, or sorry, these are 6x8 green plates. And anyway, the reason I wanted to get a bunch of jumper plates and tiles is for a tiling technique that I'll probably show off in a video at some point. And there's a couple ways to do it. I think this was how it looked. I don't entirely remember, but I think there were like snakes in between. I'll have to figure it out again when I make the video. But you kind of turn these tiles diagonally, and you can tile floors like this. Yeah, I didn't get like the exact pattern. Well, that's not entirely true, because it depends if you want to layer them or if you want them to be uniform. You have to spread out your jumper plates a little differently if you want these tiles to be uniform. But anyway, that's a fun tiling technique, and that's why I got a lot of jumpers plus a couple plates and a bunch of tiles, because I wanted to do that. I thought it was a very cool technique, and I'm a sucker for cool techniques. I'm sure I'll use it at some point. Like the water technique, I wasn't sure when I'd use it, and then sure enough, I had to work on it for like 3 hours for my Windfall Island. So put these plates aside, or these tiles aside. I'm trying to keep things actually like fairly organized this time, because I have a lot of pieces in there. It's gonna be a little bit of a mess to organize. I don't know if I could quite pack this container so airtight again. But I might have to reuse it for a while for storage. That's usually what happens with my Pick-a-Brick containers. I kind of use them anyway until I find room for these pieces somewhere. Because generally my Lego containers are just shoe boxes, and I can only have so many shoes. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of tiles. There's still like another small layer of these things, because I pretty much eyeballed it and just grabbed a couple handfuls, especially since these are so thin that like they can almost fill airspace. I wanted to be able to tile up like a big base plate if I really wanted to, like a 32x32 base plate, and I might have enough, maybe, I don't know. I think I'm probably short actually, but I could still tile up a lot of space if I really wanted to. This is, I don't actually remember, I think this is dark azure or medium azure. I don't remember what the color's called. It's one of those blue variants. It's a very cool one, and I think it's been coming out a bunch because of the Friends sets. But I'm not complaining, because it's a cool color. You know, I like to get small pieces of cool colors in case I use them for Pokemon someday. And I certainly wouldn't be surprised if this comes in handy at some point for those projects. I can't be sure, but if not, maybe I'll find them used for something else. If not, it's nice to just have a bunch of 1x2 bricks, or general bricks and plates, just to use as filler. Because sometimes in creations you have to, you're just going to have to make like filler space that's not color schemed at all, just to uphold your structure somehow. Like in my Pokemon Center, there's a bunch of plates and columns hidden in the back and on the inside that that uphold the second story, or I guess what you could consider the second story, the upstairs area, really. And those are just non-color scheme stuff. There's from some castle set that I had a while back. But like, you know, you sometimes got to decide like what color can I afford to just throw away. It's like, well, if I grab a bunch of bricks from the Pick a Brick wall, it's like, yeah, I can afford to just throw those away because I got those for the purpose of filler. A couple red gems, and I think there are more at the bottom somewhere. I don't know if I grabbed a ton, but that's the thing. Now my Pick a Brick wall had horses. I think I grabbed 2 of these, maybe just 1. But yeah, horses, you never know. I don't toy around with minifigures too much these days, so this isn't the most useful thing in the world for me. Is something stuck in this? Or maybe it's just like that. Yeah, 2 horsies. Let's see what other goodies I got. I don't even 100% remember everything I bought. I just remember that I grabbed a lot of different lots because they had them, basically. Yeah, quite a few red gems and some more. I don't know how many red 1x1, or I guess translucent red 1x1 tiles I've had, but I don't think I had a ton. I know I grabbed a bunch. This time I grabbed a lot of really small pieces because, again, they came in nice colors and you never know. Like apparently I grabbed some translucent studs. And every once in a while I have a use for these things. For these things, actually, these slopes, they come in handy. If you're ever making buildings, you want a small glass roof, like micro-scale buildings. I mean, this is what you're going to use. But a lot of times if you're making cars, this may be useful for a windshield. This is how I made the windshields for a lot of my Mario Karts. So it's nice to have some of those slopes. I think I got like a couple control panel tiles. No good reason for that, but I grabbed like 8 of these things. And then I also grabbed a couple magenta 45-degree slopes, 1x2 slopes. I don't know if it's exactly 45 degrees, but I grabbed a bunch of those. Because again, you know, come in magenta, you never know. And a bunch of the inverted ones in white, because I think I actually needed those for something. So I'll find out soon enough, I'll remember. And if not, it's always nice to have some. That's how a lot of my Pick a Brick wall shopping goes. It's always nice to have some. I can see in the camera, should make it pretty clear, I have a big brick of 4x8, I think, 4x8 black plates. And I hope I didn't need any for the Roby house, because that means I would have ordered more. The 4x8 ones, I almost certainly picked out like to be used as filler. Because I remember thinking to myself, like, well, maybe I could use it for like some kind of spaceship or the base of something. And then like that kind of half means like, yeah, I'll use them for literally whenever I need a 4x8 plate. So it's nice though, because sometimes like you think like black is this color you just have like excess of. But that's not always true. Sometimes you want to color scheme things in black. And then it becomes hard to do because you don't have any left. So that's why I picked a bunch up. I wonder how many pieces this actually is if I counted it up. There's so many small ones. I'm willing to bet it's like 700 or so. Just like judging by how many like studs are probably in there. Because I grabbed a small layer of translucent studs. Because the bottom of these things is tedious to work with. And they do it so you can stack them. But I think the other reason is they secretly also do it so that it's harder to just like fill it compact with bricks. Like I know there have been some years where if you, I think it was a reward for if you spent enough money at a certain time, or maybe it was simply a VIP reward, you would get a box, like a foldable box made out of cardboard or paper, that you could put your bricks in at a Pick a Brick wall. And people like max those out because when it's cube shaped, you can really do some interesting things with it to max out space, you know. So here are a bunch more small lots. This big brick of pieces. I'll have to look if I need any for the Roby house. Or rather, if I still need any for the Roby house, because I've ordered some. I have almost all the black and gray pieces. I think pieces that aren't dark red, I have almost all of. I tried to make an effort to get all of those. And apparently still more tiles down here. I got a lot of these. I think this is just translucent blue. I don't actually know which color this is, but I'm gonna say translucent blue cones. This is probably way more than I need. But, well, you know, need and want sometimes become different things with Lego. That's how it goes. I don't actually know why I got quite this many, but again, sometimes you don't ask questions, because the one time I got myself a lot of medium azure plates, or, no, it was medium blue? No, it was medium azure. Whatever this color is, I got a lot of these plates, and then I ended up using those things to tile out my Windfall Island, and I was still really short, and I thought I grabbed a lot of them. So I had to go to the Lego store and count out like 200 something. So, you know, you never know how many is really a lot. Likewise, when I got a lot of tiles to use for water someday down the line, I needed to still order, I think, like 600 more. And I think at this point I've covered every piece I purchased. But anyway, I mean, this has been like a semi-bloggy video. I don't really like to post a lot of those, but at the same time, every time I get a pick-a-brick container, I can't help myself doing this. Pretty much the main takeaway here is that I'm back for the holidays, and so that means I'll be able to film a bunch more videos. I've been making them. I made a lot of videos in advance before I started school, and so for a while I was able to still keep posting one a week. After a while, that kind of trailed off into one every 2 weeks, and then I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I've posted the final one. So now I have more videos to post, and I have the time and ability really to make these things. And then, yeah, a kind of announcement of one of my side projects is try and build some of the Lego architecture sets that are no longer available in stores. I don't really want to spend like a lot of money to get one boxed. In some cases, like in the case of the Roby house, I don't think I actually save a lot of money by bricklaying it myself. Like, I think it ends up costing like roughly the same amount. But the thing is that I'm able to this way spread the cost like over time. So, you know, I don't have to buy the whole thing at once. Even though at this point I kind of have the resources to that if I really choose to. And I know it's also been a while since I've made a Lego Pokemon video. I'm probably going to work on a couple of those sometime soon. There's, I mean, like, I keep a mental list of Pokemon that I really want to make. So hopefully I'll be able to make one, maybe even 2 sets of those over this holiday break and slowly produce more as time goes on. I think I'm up to 7 sets of these things. Yeah, with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire recently releasing, there's a good chance that I'll grab one of those and play it with my friends a bunch over holiday breaks. I'm sure it'll give me some nice inspiration. At the same time, I can also use that for references. Now that those are nice, like 3D images, not some small little sprite. So we'll see what happens. If anything, this Pokemon I produce are probably going to be Hoenn Pokemon. But I don't think anyone's complaining. I haven't made the set of Hoenn starters yet, so like, I'm not saying that's the next thing I'll make, but that's like certainly on my to-do list. So you can probably expect to see that sometime in the near future. I gotta sort the rest of these pieces probably on my own time. But anyway, if you like this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, send it to your friends, check out my other ones, and I'll see you guys next time.